This is a walkthrough of the Carnival of Venice logic grid problem from Brainzilla. All right, so we're going to walk through this one. First clue that I have, exactly one man is disguised as a lady. Can't really do much with that yet. Sylvia's costume, which cost $10 less than the doctor's, was rented in one of these two places. So Sylvia's costume was $10 less than the doctor, so we know Sylvia's costume was not the doctor. And if Sylvia was $10 less than the doctor, she can't have the $90 costume. And similarly, the doctor can't have the $60 costume, right? Because if the doctor's $60 and she's $10 less, that doesn't give you a spot for her. So we can eliminate that one. And then also, Sylvia was rented in either Cannaregio or San Paul. I'm probably butchering that word, and honestly, most of the time, I'm probably just going to refer to these two locations as the C place and the D place, just because I have a really tough time like getting those two words to flow off of my tongue. All right, so we got some of that clue. We still have that $10 less thing, so we might come back to that. The boys spent $150 on their costumes. So that's helpful because that tells me, looking at these numbers, that if one kid got the $60 costume, the other boy got the $90 costume. Or it has to be the 70 and the 80 go together, because those are the only two pairs that add to 150. So that's going to help me, but not yet. All right, the costume rented in the D place cost $20 more than the one rented in the C place. So down here, right, D costume was $20 more than C costume. So I can eliminate some stuff there. The ghost costume cost $80 or $90. So ghost lady had to be either 80 or 90. All right, Albert didn't spend $70 and he didn't go to D place. All right, and this is helpful, right? Because remember we said that the boys have to add to 150. So if he can't be 70, then his partner, Philip, can't be 80, right? Because then they had to add to 150. That's the way they'd add to 150, right? So we can at least eliminate one more of those. Veronica rented a lady's costume, so she was not Dr. Man or Nobleman. Okay, but she didn't go to San Marco, so we can get rid of that one. All right, the Columbina costume was $10 more than the one rented by Philip. So Philip didn't get that one. And this one costs $10 more. So again, this one can't be the $60 costume, or it couldn't be $10 more than Philip. And Philip can't have the most expensive costume, or the other costume wouldn't be more expensive than it. Okay, so that helps us a couple of ways. One, I can fill this guy in. But actually, since I know Philip can't be the $80 or $90 costume, that actually helps me a little bit more, right? Because the Columbina costume has to be $10 more. And if he can't be 80, then this one can't be 90 either. So I can eliminate that as well. Okay. All right. Next one, the costume rented in San Paulo did not cost $80. So that's pretty straightforward. I can get rid of that. All right, so now let's see what I can do this lovely check mark here. So $60, this one does not go with $60. I can eliminate that. I can also eliminate this, right? Because if $60 does not go with D location, then it can't go with this one, right? So that one's eliminated as well. All right, so that's helpful. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to this exactly one man is as disguised as a lady box. So this guy right here. Okay, so the first thing that I know here, right, is that we know Dr. Man has to go with either Philip or Albert, right? So that has to be a couple where it's a guy and another guy. But we know that at least or exactly one of the guys is dressed as a lady, right? So if these guys are both dressed as guys, right, that means that they can't, either of them, be nobleman, right? Because if Albert's nobleman, right, that would mean that Philip would have to be Dr. Man, but there's got to be one man who's disguised as a lady. Similarly, if Philip was nobleman, then Albert would have to be Dr. Man, and again, that's an issue because then you wouldn't have a guy disguised as a lady. So that eliminates a little bit more, and we've got another check mark. So Sylvia is nobleman, so that means, let's see, that this one, right, so I can say, okay, so Sylvia doesn't go with $90, so this one doesn't go with $90. Oh, we already got that one. Sorry. Okay, so $60 goes with this one, so here's my $60. All right, that means Philip goes here. We said that the two boys spent $150 on their costume, so this one would have to go here. And now we've got all of our prices set up. All right, so let's see what else we can match here. So, okay, $90 can't go with this one and it can't go with this one. So this one's off. So here's my $90 costume. All right, which means this is my check mark here. All right, so we got our people. All right, and then let's see what we can do with the rest of this. So Albert does not go with D, so I can cross this one out. Philip, I don't have any location restrictions. Sylvia can't go with D or San Marco, so I can get rid of that one. This one can't go with San Marco, so that one's gone. All right, using this box, so Veronica can't go with San Marco, so I can cross this one off, and $90 can't go with C, so that one's gone. $80 can't go with C or San Paulo, so I can cross those two out, and then, oh look, you got to go with San Marco. Okay, so we can check that one off. All right, this one, $70 can't go with D or M, or D or San Marco, so those two are out. And then this one also can't go with D or San Marco. Okay, so we're making some progress. So now let's see. Oh, this one's got to go here. So then Veronica goes with D location. And then remember we had that one clue about these two? Where was it? Clue number 4, the costume rented in D place was $20 more than the C place one. So this one has to be $70. And that gives us that Philip goes here. And this one goes here. And there we go. We solved the problem. So that one wasn't too bad. That's a solid medium problem. You didn't really have to make any notes or kind of figure out multiple clues kind of tied together. It sort of just fell together.